friends. I was recently diagnosed at the prime old age of 40 with adult ADHD. Yes, I am so brave. Thank you. And I actually really wanted to tell people about this a lot sooner, but I got distracted. And what's really interesting is I have a problem with something called working memory, and that's a clinical term for forgetful as fuck. I forget so many things that sometimes I think that I have dementia. And that's a really heavy thing for someone to think about themselves. But do not feel bad for me. Before long, I will forget that I had that thought, and all will be well. All will be well. My husband thinks that it would be a really great idea if I use the Reminders app on my computer to do small tasks. And yes, oh my God, great idea. That's so good. I tried it, and then I get this urge, this need to reorganize my sock drawer. And at that point, there is no Reminders app. I can't recall owning a computer. And wait, I'm sorry, did you say husband? I think I would remember getting married. But look at my socks. They're organized by color and shape. So it was a good day. I have to write everything down if I want to do it. Like, I physically have to write it down and then cross it off like a schmuck. It's tough, you know? The 21st century and the technology that we have has helped me with this diagnosis, but the technology that helps me live with it is just straight up 14th century. Like anything pre-printing press. I have nothing against Johannes Gutenberg. He's a great guy. But it's better for me to write on a scroll than to type things up. It's better for me to write on papyrus than to type things up. It is better for me to write on cuneiform. Yes, I will make a list using wet clay and a sharp stick. And then I'll remember my tasks. It's almost too easy. Cuneiform. ADHD, a lot of people commonly think of it as referring to attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I mean, that's what it is, so yeah. But I think there's so many other ways we can use ADHD. My favorite is, any day he'll die. That's a personal mantra of mine. It really gets me through a lot because I just use that to remind myself whenever I see Donald Trump on the news. Soon. So soon. You know, it's interesting. ADHD is a very now disorder. Like, it's hip. It's cool. It's cutting edge. I finally feel like a brat girl. And it's so popular that there's a national shortage of Adderall. And so I could not get my prescription filled. It's like, thanks a lot, recreational Adderall users. It's like, okay, this is a middle school drug. It was like, what, you got a big night coming up? Going to some strip clubs with your bros? Be an adult and call your goddamn cocaine dealer. Do a bump, save a life. And I'm happily on Adderall now. And it actually does work a lot better than a bump of coke. It does. For me, though. For me, not for everyone. And while we're on the topic of sex, when I was in elementary school, I was on the baseball team, and my coach thought that I would be a great catcher. He was right. Also an amazing pitcher. Ask anyone. I had never been in a game, and then the guy who played catcher was injured, and so I had to go in. I did not have a cup. That protects your privates, your genitals. And they couldn't send me in without one, and so the other kid took his cup out of his pants and handed it to me. And I took it and I put it in my pants. I think that's why I'm gay. Pretty sure that's why. And then after that, I kept playing and didn't buy a cup. And they didn't have another kid hand me his warm cup to put in my pants. No. They gave me a jock strap that they put the cup in that I wore on the outside of my uniform in front of everyone. I think that's why I have ADHD. All roads lead to Rome. If I were to describe my sex life, I would say that I am passionately vanilla. The sex itself is it's straightforward, but there's a lot of it. And it's quite vigorous. And I know that I'm a prude based solely on my inability to be good at dirty talk, because I don't like using profanity in the bedroom. I prefer medical terms for human anatomy, which is how I do it. It goes a little bit like this. I love it when you caress my perineum with your digits. Or fillet it. Yeah, fillet my penis. That one really gets them. They like that. The gentlemen like that. And well, if you happen to be lucky enough to have a sexual rendezvous with me, then you will learn one of probably the most annoying habits I have. And that is my inability to lay around and cuddle post-coitus. Well, when I took my adult ADHD assessment, there was not one, but two questions specifically pertaining to this very thing, and I'm going to read both of them for you. 1, how often do you fidget or squirm with your hands or feet when you have to sit or lay down for a long time? The answer is, after I come. 2, how often do you feel overly active and compelled to do things like you were driven by a motor? And the answer is, mainly, after I come. Now, this is the one thing that really is great about having ADHD, because I no longer have to cuddle after sex. It is awesome. And to all of the lovers in my life, past, present, and future, just know this. I'm not being rude. Who cares? I won't remember you anyway. Thanks, guys. I'm Sean McLaughlin. One more time for Sean.